Hey, this is Avi, and this is the moment we've all been waiting for. We're finally going to run traffic to our landing page, and we're going to get leads coming in. So let me just do a quick overview of exactly what's happening here, so there's no questions about the actual process, and then we'll get into the details. We are going to be using, let me just show you what I'm looking at here. We're going to be using Google to start with. Google is by far the #1 source of traffic for motivated seller leads that we're going to be getting. We can use some of the very same principle using Bing, because people also use Bing as a search engine very frequently. But Google is where we're going to start, and then we'll basically be using the same method on Google to apply to the Bing advertising platform. But let's go ahead and start with Google. When somebody goes to Google, whether it's on their desktop or laptop or on their phone, and they go to the search bar and they want to sell their house fast, there's a variety of possibilities they could type in. What we're going to be doing is targeting very specific keyword phrases that people oftentimes type in when they're motivated to sell their house fast. So one example would be sell my house fast, right? Somebody could type sell my house, but that might just be somebody who wants to sell their house and they're looking for retail pricing and they want to use a realtor. And maybe they're searching for some content online, but if they type that word fast at the end of it, that adds a little bit of an extra motivation where they obviously are looking to sell it quickly. So that's one example. There's lots and lots of keywords, and we're going to get into all of that. But another one would be buy my house fast, or buy my house now, buy my house quickly. And this will give you some ideas. I'm gonna steer you in the right direction, but if you ever want to just take a look at some ideas, type in buy my house and you'll see what Google suggests. Type in sell my house. And again, you'll see Google suggests fast in Houston, Texas, which is where I am. Sell my house as is, sell my house now, sell my house myself on Zillow, all of these combinations. So let's just simplify this down to one example. And we're going to start with this one example, sell my house fast. So I'm going to take that and we're going to use that as a specific keyword to target in our first Google ad. And then we'll go from there. So all that said, again, in Google, if you do not have an advertising platform set up, a Google Ads account set up, then this is the time to do that. You just type in Google Ads. You can click on any of these links that show Google Ads. It's ads.google.com. Or you can just type in ads.google.com. There we go, ads.google.com. And go ahead and sign up. So start now. It should walk you through all the steps you need to get your account set up. Just sign in with your email, and then create an account if you don't have one. And then once you're all logged in, this is what it will look like. So I'm just going to fast forward to a screen where once you have an account, this is what it'll look like. And once you're at this page, you should have basically 0 across all of the data points. If it's a new account, if you have an existing account, obviously you'll have some data in there. And I want you to go to campaigns, okay? Just click on the left side here and just click campaigns. And we're gonna create our first campaign using the exact steps that I show you on this video. So to create a new campaign, and by the way, at the time of this recording, Google changes the way this looks very often, every single year, probably multiple times per year. So if there's anything that's a little bit out of place, the same basic principles apply with building campaigns and all of the components to an actual Google campaign. But the look and feel and the user interface of this Google Ads platform could change from time to time. So don't freak out. Just know that the fundamentals of what we're doing are going to remain constant. So we're going to build a new campaign, and by doing that, we're going to click the little plus sign here. And then click New Campaign. And we're going to go through the steps of exactly how to build your first Google campaign, and we're going to target Sell My House Fast. So I'll show you how to do that. Okay. the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select the goal that would make this campaign successful. And you may be surprised, we're actually not going to select a goal at first because we don't have any data on this yet. It's not going to really matter too much about the goal that we select. Once we get going, yes, we will select leads, and we can start to use leads as our objective. But for right now, just create a campaign without a goals guidance. It says here, use any available campaign type and construct a campaign step by step without a goals recommendation. So that's fine for starters. Now this is a campaign type. So it's asking us to select from one of 5 different campaign types. There's Google search, display, shopping ads, video ads, which is actually YouTube, and then universal app. We're going to be using search ads, and a search ad is exactly what we showed before, where somebody goes to Google, they click in the search bar a specific keyword phrase. There you go. It says create text or call ads that show near search results of google.com or Google search partner sites. So click search. That's the primary type of ad we're going to be using. There are some times where you may want to use video and display ads, but that's getting a little bit more complex, and we don't need to focus on that quite yet, because you can get as many leads as you can possibly handle from search. So now select the results. You don't really have to select any of that. We're going to get website visits, but you don't have to select that. Just continue. And it should take us to the next page here. Yes, okay. So here's our next page. This is where we're actually going to create our campaign name and select some settings. I would just say motivated seller leads 01 or AO1, AO2. You're going to likely have more than one campaign over time, so just label this in some numeric order that you can remember. And these steps are very, very important. So watch every box that needs to be checked. You need to uncheck display network. So display network, uncheck that. Leave that search network as is with including Google search partners. Just so you know what that is, if you go to a site like Yelp.com, which is not Google, but Google partners with Yelp on certain things. And let's say you typed in sell my house fast. We're just going to use that for example here. Yelp is a Google search partner, which means that here are all the Yelp ads. This is all Yelp, but down here, we should see it come up here in a second. Yeah, right down here, we're going to see a whole bunch of other ads, and these are actually Google search partner ads. So right here, this homego.com, Big State Home Buyers, actually that's a local Houston company that does a lot of advertising. So if you select Google search partners, right there, your ad will start to show up in certain places like this. It's a nice little way to get extra traffic. See, it's not a ton of ad space, but Yelp is one of the examples. There's lots and lots of Google search partners. And honestly, you will not spend a ton of your ad budget on a daily basis on Google search partners, but it's good to just open it up and have that as an option. I've done campaigns with them on and with search partners off, but for the most part, I leave them on now. But definitely don't check display network because that's a whole separate platform, and you'll waste a ton of money if you leave that on. Okay, for right now, let's do a very specific target. We're just going to target, for the sake of this video, we're going to target a specific location. So hit enter location. Actually, you can click advanced search. And we're going to go into radius. So instead of location, we're actually going to click radius, and we're going to select, just go 50 miles for now, 50 miles outside of, let's just pick Nashville. Nashville seems like a good example. It's also a good market where a lot of people are looking for rental properties. So good market for real estate investors. So let's just select Nashville for the sake of this example video. And we're going to select Nashville, Tennessee, target that. We're going to go 50 miles around it. You know what? Let me go a little bit tighter. Let me go 30 miles. So I'm going to X that out. 30 miles around Nashville. Okay. And I'm going to save that. And so just walk through this. I would suggest walk through building exactly this campaign. We're gonna do a lot more than just Nashville. We're gonna target multiple geographies around the country. But for the sake of this ad, I want you to see a couple of specific things when you do choose an actual location. So pick Nashville, 30 miles, location options. Drop down that location options section, and then instead of people in or who show interest in your targeted locations, even though Google recommends it, I do not. So don't select that. Select people in your target locations. The reason Google recommends it is because Google makes their money when you spend ad dollars, and this is a way for them to get you to spend more money. Because if somebody is searching from anywhere in the world about Nashville, they're going to include that person in your search criteria. If you select people in your targeted locations, that will only show the ad to people who are actually in that radius bubble that you just selected. So that's the reason why. Select people in your targeted locations, and then you can leave exclude right there. That's fine. People in or shoot, just leave it as it was. Leave English for now. If you want to add other languages, that's fine, but I'm just going to leave English for this specific example. And then enter the average you want to spend per day. Just put in an example here. Just put in 10, just for the sake of this sample campaign. Delivery method, we're just going to leave it at standard. You have the option to do standard or accelerated, but let's just leave it at standard for now. And now our bidding, I'm just going to walk you through every piece of this. Our bidding, we're going to go to select a bid strategy. So we're not going to leave it as it was. We're going to select a bid strategy directly. This blue link right down here. Click that, and then we're going to actually drop down and select manual CPC. And so what that means is manual cost per click, meaning we're going to have the ability to control how much we're spending every time somebody clicks on a specific keyword. We're going to get into all the detail. Okay, so manual CPC. Eventually, we can increase conversions with what's called enhanced CPC. But for right now, we don't have everything set up to do that. So just leave it as is. Okay, let's keep going. Just a few more steps to get this campaign set up. And we are going to skip the start and end dates because we're just going to leave that as it is, no set date. We're going to skip audiences. We're going to skip site link extensions. And we're going to go to call out extensions. All right. Call out extensions, what they are, I'll just show you an example. If I go to, again, sell my house fast. Oops, sell my house fast. A call out extension is basically everything past this description line. So right here is your description. And actually right here is your description on this ad. And then right after that, A+ BBB rating, that is one of their call out extensions. Right here, you can see this company right here, We Buy Ugly Houses, which is HomeVestors. That's their description in their ad. And I'll show you where the description goes. The call out extensions are all right here. So they have no risk consultations, receive a cash offer, get a fast cash offer, close within 30 days. And they have some other additional links as well. The reason you want several call out extensions, which are all these right here, is because it's going to take up a little bit more real estate on the page, which gives you a higher chance of someone clicking on your ad as opposed to somebody else's. That's the simplest way to put it. So let's just leave that for now. We definitely want to add call out extensions. So we're just going to add that right here. Let's just add 5 of them for the time being. But you can definitely add 10, 15 or so. I have several campaigns that have upwards of 15 call out extensions. And I would just you can definitely get ideas from other advertisers. So let's just copy these. We're going to change them up a little bit, but we'll create a new call out extension. We'll put in a few of these, and again, we're going to edit it. I don't want to just copy and paste completely. And then we'll do one more. Okay. No risk consultations. I don't really like that. Let's just say get a fast offer today. Okay. Call out text to quick cash offer now. Let's see, sell your house quickly. I'm just making these up. These are just going to appear as additional call out extensions on your ad. Close quickly. Get cash. And then house buyer near me. Okay, so those are fine for now. I'll give you other examples if you need them, but those are fine for right now. And let's click save. So those are our 5 call out extensions right there. All good. Now let's keep going. Call extensions, we are not going to use those right now. It's very tempting to have people call from an ad, and you'll think it's nice to get a lead that calls you directly. I've tested it both ways, with calls and without calls, and honestly, a lot of the times when calls come in, they're very low quality leads, or at least they're lower quality than when somebody fills out a form. So the other thing is a lot of times people accidentally, they're searching Google and they'll accidentally click call, and it charges your ad account, and they didn't mean to call. So I would not use that. You can test it if you want to, but I decided to turn those off for almost every campaign that we have running. So take that for what it's worth. Okay, additional settings. We can leave all of these alone. Don't even pay attention to that. You can just totally ignore additional settings. So I'm going to run by this real quick again because we went through a lot there. Campaign name, just name it whatever you want. Search network, include Google search partners. Location, we actually went in here, did an advanced search. We selected our radius. We selected 30 miles, and then we typed in Nashville and targeted 30 miles around Nashville. So I'll leave that as is. For our location options, we dragged this down, this drop down, and said people in your target locations. We left exclude people in or who show interest in your excluded locations. We left it at English. We entered an average budget per day at 10 for right now. You can do 1 just to test it out. You can do 5, you can do 20, but I'm just putting 10 for right now. Standard delivery method, and then we changed this. Again, what it was showing was set a bid strategy directly. So we clicked on that. We did manual CPC, which was at the bottom. And eventually we'll do enhanced CPC, but we can't do that yet because we have to do something else called setting up conversions, which is in another video, not here. And then we added call out extensions. So we did 5 call out extensions: close quickly, get cash, get a fast offer today, house buyer near me, quick cash offer now, and then sell. Oops, that's wrong. Sell your quickly. Good thing I caught that. Sell your house quickly. Okay, save. Let's make sure it populated here and here. Good. Okay, that's why we check, right? So everything else is the same. And now I'm going to save and continue. Okay. And once you get the hang of this, process, it'll go a lot faster. But the first time, I just want you to see all of the exact details. Actually, every time I want you to see all the details, but it's a little bit slower the first time through. Okay, so our ad group name, just so you know, every single Google campaign is set this way. There's a campaign, then there's an ad group, and you can have multiple ad groups in a campaign. And within each ad group, we're going to have keywords and ads inside the one ad group. And what happens is when keywords that you select are typed into Google in the location that you set, the ad that you have, or the ads, you can select multiple ads, are essentially populated, and they show to the person who's searching for those keywords. So that's how it works. We're going to get into lots and lots of different variations of ad groups. We're just going to build one ad group here so you can see how it's supposed to be built, and then we're going to expand out from there. But let's start with the fundamentals, and then we will build out lots and lots of detail. So our ad group name, we're always going to name our ad group exactly the keyword phrase that we have. So here we're going to type in sell my house fast Nashville. Okay, it's a very specific keyword. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to do a default bid of $3 for right now, which, by the way, this is not going to get a lot of people looking at it at all. It's the bid is way too low, but we're going to expand upon this, and I want you to see how it all flows together and how we're going to start to get traffic for terms like this. Okay, so that's the ad group name, Sell My House Fast Nashville. Bid is $3. And now in here, it's asking us to enter or paste our keywords one word or phrase at a time. Okay? Bear with me here. We're going to type in the same keyword, Sell My House Fast Nashville, and we're going to do it 3 times. And I'll show you why. Sell My House Fast Nashville. All 3 times. Now, we are never going to put keywords in like this without anything around them. This is called a naked keyword with nothing attached to it. We're always going to put something around it. And what I mean by that is we're going to do brackets. This is called an exact match. So the little bracket right there on the front and the back of the keyword. So that means when somebody types in the exact phrase, Sell My House Fast Nashville, with no difference at all. They may allow, like if somebody misspells Nashville, they'll still show it. But that's exactly what's going to populate when somebody types that in. The second one is going to be with quotation marks. This is called phrase match. Okay, so this gives a little bit more flexibility, meaning if somebody types in sell your house fast Nashville or sell your house quickly Nashville, it's close enough to that phrase that Google is going to show the ad if somebody clicks in something close, very, very close to sell my house fast Nashville. The last variation is going to be a plus sign, and it's not just plus at the beginning and end, it's plus before every single word in the keyword phrase. So there's a lot of detail to this, and I want you to get it right at the core of the ad group. So please watch this carefully. Sell, so plus sell, and then a space, and then plus my, and then a space, plus house, and then a space, plus fast, space, plus Nashville. What this means, this is called a broad match modifier, and there's a lot of, you can look this up if you want to, but a broad match modifier means that if somebody types in any of these words, sell my house fast Nashville, in any order in their keyword phrase, so they could literally type in, I have a house that I want to move fast, it's in Nashville, and I want to know if I can sell my house. If they just wrote all of that and it was in a random different order, but all 5 of those words were contained in their keyword phrase, then this keyword would populate that. So that's probably too much information for right now, but that's basically how they work. The reason we're not doing this, sell my house fast Nashville, is because Google takes way too much freedom to show your ads when keywords that are very, very different than that are showing up. So if you type in, if you just put in this again, naked keywords, sell my house fast Nashville, Google will probably show your ad when somebody types in Nashville real estate, which gets a ton of traffic, and you'll waste all of your clicks on that, okay? So trust me, do not put in a keyword ever without the plus signs, the quotation marks, and the brackets, all right? We're always gonna use those three. And that's enough on the rant for that. But those three, and every single ad group is only going to have three variations of the keyword. So we're never going to use an ad group and have a very long list of keywords. That's what lazy advertisers do, and that's why they spend way more money than we're going to per lead, because they don't pay attention to the detail. Google wants us to have the most relevant advertisement possible for the person who's searching Google, and they will reward us with a lower cost per click and ultimately a lower cost per lead if we do things the way that I'm showing you. Okay, sell my house fast Nashville, all three of those with the variations, got it? Now we're gonna click save and continue. We're actually gonna go build our ad now. So those are the keywords. We're gonna hit save and continue. And okay, now it's asking us to build our ad. So here, remember all that hard work we did on our landing page? I'm just gonna type it in here. It's all getting put to use now. So we get to take this entire landing page. We're just gonna grab the whole URL, copy it, and we're gonna place it right in here into our final URL. So make sure that's exactly the URL from your ClickFunnels landing page, and make sure that you tested it and that it works. We're gonna test it again, don't worry. Now we're gonna take exactly the keyword that we just built this ad off, which was sell my, and we're gonna do a capital letter in the beginning of each one, sell my house fast, Nashville. And that's it. I was gonna say maybe Tennessee, but that won't fit. It only allows 30 characters. So we're fine, sell my house fast, Nashville. And let me go to my cheat sheet here. There we go. I'm gonna give you all these templates, don't worry. So we're gonna go and create an ad that looks a little something like this. Sell my house fast. Okay. Remember, our landing page is a survey style tool, right? So we're gonna entice people to come and take our survey. So the way we're doing that is our headline is gonna be exactly what they searched. So when they see the ad, it's gonna be very relevant to what they just typed into Google. Headline 2 is gonna say, takes 60 seconds. You have to abbreviate it, otherwise it won't fit. Takes 60 seconds, comma, quick cash offer, okay? So type it in just like that. You can even type 30 seconds, whatever you want, because it's a really quick survey. Takes 10 seconds. Really, test anything you want there, but make it the same basic structure, because I've tested a lot of this and it works very well. Takes 30 seconds, quick cash offer. Okay, headline 3, you can put something in there if you want. Honestly, I skip it oftentimes because it's a new feature for Google, and sometimes I put it in, sometimes I don't. But for right now, just make sure you have headline 1 and headline 2. Display path. So this is what's going to show at the end of the URL here. Write your exact keywords again. So I'm going to copy this. You're going to say sell my house. Here, watch this. Sell my, we're going to put underscore. You can't have any spaces here. Sell underscore my underscore house. And then path 2 is going to be fast underscore Nashville. Okay. If you have a city that ultimately we'll get to some cities that are too long and they won't fit in there, so you might have to remove the fast. But for right now, this one fits. And now description 1 We're going to go back over to this cheat sheet here, and we're going to copy that description. And it's going to say exactly what I just typed in. Find out exactly how much cash you'll get with our offer to buy your house as is quickly. We'll just put there. Okay. So that is good. Again, you can put another description. What it's going to do is it's going to swap out the description, and it's potentially going to show other variations of this for you. You don't have to do that to start out. If you want to build that out, you certainly can, but I would just make it some variation of this. So again, we're going to make sure our final URL is in place. Headline 1 is in place. Headline 2 is in place. URL path 1 and path 2 look just like that. Sell my house fast Nashville. Again, see how we're using the exact keyword phrase in the headline, the exact keyword phrase in the URL paths. And now we're going to click save and continue. All right. You can still add more to your ads. Just save it. And now we're going to continue to campaign. Our ads should be live. Okay, they are. So this right here it's going to approve our ads in a moment here, but this is our ad group. And if I click into our ad group, remember I mentioned that there's keywords and ads inside of an ad group. So if I click it, it's going to take us right to the keywords. Sell my house fast Nashville. Am I spelling that right? Let me make sure here. N-A-S-H, I'm just making sure it's N-A-S-H-V-I-L-L-E. Yeah, okay, I wanted to make sure there was not an E there. Okay, cool. Sell my house fast Nashville, remember with brackets, with quotation marks, and with plus signs, and the plus signs are before every word. And then our ads look like this. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to click on the blue link in the ad, the headline. That's going to it should take us directly to our landing page. We want to test it, make sure, and I'm not going to do it again because I already know this one works. I just tested it earlier. We want to make sure our landing page works. It's exactly connected the right way. You don't want any broken links because Google will still charge you if you have clicks on your ads and your website's broken. They don't care about that. They'll tell you, like they'll typically notify you that your ad is broken, but do not count on Google to save you. You need to test it yourself, and we're good to go. So do all these steps, and once you're finished, congratulations. You've built your first, well, if you've done it before, nice job again. But if this is your first time, congratulations. You've built your first Google ad, and we're targeting this very specific keyword, sell my house fast Nashville. We'll be able to do a lot more, but I want you to see how that one works first. But we're also not done. So after this video, I'm going to be adding more critical steps to a few things. Number one is creating your conversions, meaning when somebody clicks on a keyword, you want to see when somebody actually is a lead, you want to see which keyword they clicked that ultimately led to them becoming a lead. And we're going to be able to do that using conversions, which is up here. I'll do it in a separate video because it's a lot more detail. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to be adding what's called negative keywords. So again, separate video, but these are our actual keywords. There are certain things that we want to make sure Google does not show our ad when people type in. For example, houses for sale. Lots and lots of people type and search houses for sale when they're house hunting, and we do not want to ever have traffic and clicks and money spent on people who are looking for houses to buy, because we really just want people who want to sell quickly. So with this type of an ad, with these keywords being that specific, we're not going to have to worry about that. But there are certain keywords that we're going to be using that we need to add negative keywords, and we'll get into that. I'll give you a whole list of them and some other details, but we'll get into all of the critical next steps soon. For right now, just go ahead and actually type below. And if you actually have all this complete, type done and just let me know. It's a big milestone to have this first ad group done, because that's a lot of the heavy lifting for what's going to be the foundation for a very, very large campaign with lots and lots of ad groups. And I'll show you how to build it out very, very quickly. So that's all for now. I know that was a long video. So we'll see you in the next video. And actually, before doing that, if you want to test it out, you certainly can. If you want to test out running this, this is the campaign here. If you want to pause it, you can pause it right here. But if you want to test it out and see what you get, it's very likely you won't get any people to even see it, let alone click it, let alone be leads. But if you want to leave it on and see what happens, you certainly can. But my guess is you won't get a lot at all. This is really just for the sake of running you through the process. And then we're going to build out more geographies, more keywords, and lots more variations to get more traffic to your campaign. Okay? All right, we'll see you in the next video.